Background music and ambience brought to you in part by Midnight Syndicate. Music for the imagination and the perfect musical accompaniment for the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In a world that is not what it seems, and where people are not whom they appear to be, where puns run rampant through the streets, and it's hard to tell who the real monsters are. Three villains work to tear the world of Euphrey asunder, and to find new ways to terrorize Tim and Terry. Welcome to A Fool's Quest, Villains. Now, let's join the drow rogue Ayda, the gladiator bard Francis the Lion, and the rogue warlock Hesh von Eggars, as they conspire together to thwart the progress of those gag-me fools. Beware, there be villains here.
All right, so you three finished up at the Battle of the Bards, and you teleported back in a specific order. Before you three, Temple was the first to teleport back. She saw Am I a Real pop out and go into dragon form and murk her two buddies, and she was like, nope, and fucked off. Then Ayda, with one of the scrolls, also teleported back. Shortly after Ayda, Hesh teleported back with the other scrolls. And then after Hesh, Francis fought the dragon, killed it, and then teleported back as well. So that is the order that we are going to play in for what happens next.
Sounds good.
Ayda, you reappear into what you now know as the Godless Realm. You are in that lobby area where you waited before to speak with Master Douche. You can hear voices, seemingly heated voices, coming from Master Douche's office, but his door is closed.
Okay. Behind his door?
Yeah, behind his door.
I think I'll just wait for the others before I knock on the door.
Okay. So you wait for a little bit, and the time moves differently here than what it does in Euphrey. So after maybe about 15 minutes, somebody shouts something, you hear a slamming on a desk, and then the door flings open, and you see Temple storm out, and she slams the door behind her. She walks up to you and says, I am done. I am done with this. I am out. You can have him. I'm done with all of this. I'm going home. And she starts to walk toward the exit.
So I will call out to her and be like, wait, what do you mean you're done?
All right, so you call out to her. She was like walking by you as you say that. And so she stops, and she's like really close to you at this point. And she says, this has gone too far. He is willing to murder millions of innocents to get his way. I did not sign up for this. Gagme has been defeated, and he is unwilling to come to terms with that. He thinks he still must rule all of Euphrey, no matter what world pays the cost.
That doesn't sound like my bestie. What do you mean?
I don't know what he's planning on doing with those scrolls, but I do know that he needs them here. There's something happening in Euphrae, and I know that he can stop it. But after that, what he will do, I don't know, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Okay. So, I will let her leave and stride into his office.
Alright, she'll say, "Good luck to you, Ayda." And she will walk out the door. And you walk into the door. Just as you walk into the door, Hesh, you appear in the lobby just behind Ayda, where Ayda was initially standing. But you see Ayda walking into Douche's office, and Douche is sitting behind his desk.
Is the door open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hop in and just say, oh, that was a hell of a rush. Hey, Ayda, where are you heading?
To see my bestie, Avi. Why else would I be here?
Don't you want to maybe see if Francis makes it or not, or?
Well, the office is literally right here.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Like some bestie and me time, maybe? Go away.
All right. Well, and then Hesh is gonna take like a few steps toward the door to give a little bit of room, just in case. And then just kind of, is it meekishly? Is that a word? Look around and like in anticipation of Francis showing up, like popping in, not knowing how he's gonna pop in.
Douche says, "Ayda, please come in."
I'll like turn around, stick my tongue out at Hesh, walk in and shut the door.
Do you have the scrolls?
I personally have recovered one. I don't know about the rest of my party.
Fantastic work. Can I please see it?
Sure. What was all that business with Temple?
Temple has it in her head that just because Amariel is dead, or hopefully dead, that it's all over, that everything can be at peace. She's ignorant. That obviously cannot be the case. The world's falling apart and it needs a true leader, someone to protect them.
Is that someone going to be you?
I personally do not want this burden, but I will take it on, as I know I am the best fit for it.
Sure thing, buddy.
Where are your companions?
Well, Hesh is outside. Francis, I'm assuming, is still at the battle? I really don't know. Things got pretty dicey for me and I bounced.
I see. I knew they would be dicey. Where's Doofus? Did you see him?
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Yeah, Doofus made an appearance, but it didn't last long.
He died.
Yes, unfortunately. Many lives were lost.
Interesting. I guess that's why he didn't know any more of the histories or the details of what happened that day. Kinda makes sense now for a time traveler.
Yeah, that'd be my guess too.
Did you recover his time machine? Or was that destroyed as well?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Much of it was a blur.
Well done, I'm glad you survived. Now, could I please see that scroll?
Sure. I'm not sure which one I got, but here you go.
It was the scroll of infinite illusion, the infinite scroll of illusion. And he takes it from you and sets it on his desk and pulls out the other scrolls and sets it on top of them. And they start to do that binding, coalescing thing. And he says, Ayda, do me a favor and call in Hesh. See if Francis has arrived yet.
Okay. So I will crack open the door and take a peek out and look for Hesh. Do I see him?
It's Sebastian.
You are not Sebastian.
I am Sebastian.
I'm just gonna like shut the door really quickly because I know that's not possible.
Nope.
Like my heart will drop for a second, like super excited, and then be like, "Wait a minute, no fucking way!" Just shut the door. But like, are you sure you want to see Hesh right now?
I am hoping he has recovered the other scrolls.
Okay, be prepared. And I'll open the door and be like, "Get your stupid ass in here."
It's Hesh again.
Of course it is.
Hesh will walk and stop in the doorway, keeping it open and just kind of leaning against the door frame and be like, so I imagine you want to see us, but we're still waiting on Francis the Lion.
Did you use the ring before he did?
I did, from what I can tell. I'm not sure if he made it or not, but let's all hope he did.
Well, let's hope that is the case. He's very capable. I'm sure he did well. Yeah. He is Francis the Lion, after all.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're especially going to want him to have survived.
Yes, I mean, clearly. Do you have the scrolls, Hesh?
Well, maybe. Just waiting on Francis. Maybe he's got the other ones, Hopefully. Who knows? Not Ayda.
Okay.
Like, Hesh is gonna stall, basically. Trying to be indirect with an answer as far as whether or not he does or does not have the scrolls. He's trying to stall for Francis.
Okay. So you sit there uncomfortably for about 30 minutes because
Jesus.
The time delay between Euphraean and the godless realm is pretty substantial. So after about 30 minutes, we'll say 32 minutes and 17 seconds to be exact.
Roundabouts.
Francis pops out in the middle of the waiting room and sees Hesh leaning against a door frame, Ayda impatiently waiting in Douche's office, and Douche playing with one of those, those devices where you pull a bead and it's hanging and you drop the bead and it hits a line of other
Newton's
beads.
cradle.
And yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. He's playing with that, waiting, annoyed. And then you pop through and he's like, Francis.
Oh, yes.
Thank the gods.
Oh, so you heard.
Please.
Yes, you're welcome. You don't have to thank me.
Oh.
You can thank me. I did it.
Thank you, Francis the Lion. Do you have the scrolls? Hesh said you might have them.
Oh, no, I thought he had them. But I did
definitely.
kill Amiriel Quest Slinger. So,
You did.
yes,
Confirmed killed him.
absolutely.
You got the dog tags and everything.
There were no dog tags. It's more of a dragon.
Oh, gotcha. How'd that go? What happened to Malphaedor and them?
Oh, they were there. I don't know.
Did they make it?
Oh, probably. They're probably fine.
All right. That's good.
I suppose. They might be angry. We did steal their scrolls.
Yeah. About that, and then Hesh is gonna walk towards Francis, who I assume is still kind of in the area of where he appeared. So walk away from the doorway briefly and message, like do a little awaken mind situation, and be like, Francis, I need you to trust me as hard as you've ever trusted anyone in your life. I'm hesitant to give this man these scrolls because when he does, he's going to be a tyrant like nothing we've ever seen. So I don't see a way around it. I'm going to have to give it to him. However, we need to stop him. We need to put him down. And I don't think the Ayda is going to be too pleased.
Well, we'll see. So far, he hasn't. And this is all,
Yeah, it's
like telepathic or whatever.
Yeah.
So far, he's treated us right. He hasn't double-crossed us or anything, and I hesitate to do so to him without sufficient cause.
But it's gonna be too late. By the time you realize what kind of person he is and what he's going to do with that kind of power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I fear it's going to be too late.
But this is a whole other plane of existence. As long as he can get us home, I don't care what he does here.
Okay. Well, then I only ask this. Whatever shenanigans I get up to, just try to keep Ayda from killing me.
I'll try.
Alright. Then turn around, walk back towards the door, and be like, oh, they seem to be right here the whole time. How silly of me.
Silly indeed. Can I see them, please?
Why, yes. And then just pull out the satchel, drop the, kind of like, aim it downward over the desk and just like dump out the entire satchel so it just kind of just makes a mess all over his stuff.
Alright, so he impatiently, really, waits for you to dump everything out. Then he yanks up the pages and puts them all into a stack. The pages appear to come to life. They all rise up, split into a group, and then they rearrange themselves into a specific order, all on their own, with nobody touching them. Once the order is complete, they fold back down into a book, and a piece of parchment forms out of thin air and surrounds itself around the book and completely seals itself. And then scrawled across the cover of the book is the word book, or the title, Book of Magic. And Douche says, "Finally, it is here. It is mine. This is gonna take me a little while to figure out how to master this. But please, go back to you, Frey. Be ready for me. When I come, I will close those portals and destroy all who oppose me, and become the true leader and savior of all you Frey."
So we're in this other realm, and I totally forgot that magic, unless it's an artifact, doesn't happen.
Fucking shit! Fuck me in the ass! Fuck you, you stupid cunt! Monkey! Licking! Fuck that!
So
Correct.
I wouldn't have been able to be Sebastian and then Hesh again. But it was funny. Is that an ability because I'm a warlock with my... It doesn't matter. It's cool.
We'll say it happened just
Okay,
because.
cool.
We're concerned about continuity here.
Yay! All right. So we're gonna go back to you, Frey. Do we meet you? Do you send a postcard? Do we get an Uber and meet you somewhere? How's this gonna work?
Go to Meraxi's Tower when you get there. That was the very first place a portal was formed. See if you can gain control of that portal somehow, and prepare my coming.
Good one.
You said gain control. Is it under the control of Gag Me right now?
It's under the control of the city guard of Cheddar.
Disgusting. I hate it.
Not much is under Gagme's control anymore.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Did we get paid for this? I feel like we did a lot.
When I become the god of you, Frey, glory and riches will be yours for days.
That's the end game.
For
No,
days.
apotheosis. So
Job is like half
All right.
complete, right?
Yeah.
Never. Like Hesh is like very
Miffed?
visually just you're like perplexed, like a kid that knows he gets a popsicle but can't have it yet. They can see it, is just like aware of it, but knows not yet. Like 2 more minutes and you can have it. He's like a foot away from Douche and is like looking down at him and just all right, fine, all right, let's go. You, Frey, go get this stupid gate. I'm gonna get paid right now for days. He says he's gonna be a god, but we get days. That's fine. All right, that's fine. All right, let's go.
Can we at least go back to our ship?
Yeah,
where we have our supplies and all that.
Your ship where you'd like to go specifically? I think you were pulled from Gaydon. I can send you back there.
Is that where we left everybody?
That's where we left that limousine.
And my mech suit.
And Sebastian.
And my bard.
Then yes, that is where I would like to go very much. As much
You
as
guys
I love
told her-
seeing you and all the gifts you bestow upon us, I would like to get back to my Sebastian.
Then to your Sebastian you will go. And I will set you outside of the actual mountain stronghold. It might be better for you to don your disguises there.
That's fair. All right. Come on, Carlos. It's time to go.
Do you have any other questions for me before I send you?
No. I do not.
Nor I.
Hey, actually I do. Did Temple say... Where's Temple going? Where's she at? Did anyone see her? I thought she teleported here to begin
She was at the
with.
Battle of the Bards, but she ran away from that dragon that I killed.
Right. But she teleported, didn't she come... Like, would she have come here?
She did. She's angry about something, but she'll be back. She does this from time to time. Don't worry about it.
Well, do you know where she went?
I do not.
We probably should let you know Carl was eaten.
Yeah.
And Doofus, too.
Temple told me that Carl and Cypher were
Cypher, yes.
killed. Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunate, truly.
Yeah, he was an alright kid. He would have grown up to be something, I think.
He went too soon. So young.
It's a shame when the young ones go.
What was the name of that like pirating shipping crew that Temple rode with?
What?
There was at the very beginning when we first started, Temple was with at the high seas with some group, and it's been too long, been a little bit too long for my keen mind to remember, and I didn't know if anyone else remembered. Douche, do you remember?
All right, DM to Shamas. Are you talking about when that one god was giving live updates to the heroes on where Temple was?
Yeah, there was that
like fighting bandits, and then she killed the bandits.
At one point, she was on the high seas with like a pirating company or something like that. Like she was at sea. And then that I made a mental note of that, and then that was the last. And then you were like, no, the last time you saw her was in that monastery or whatever. And I was like, oh fuck, that's right. But before that, the only part that I knew was that her boyfriend was being murdered in a forest when he was just minding his own business, trying to cook himself a meal. And it gets murdered by a whole person. It's BS. It's fine. But she was out at high seas at that time, from what I can remember.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I don't remember her being on a specific boat, but
Okay.
Douche wouldn't have known anyways. Temple's just been out doing her own thing.
All right.
Looking for someone specifically.
All right. I'm just trying to get on William's level, and I don't think I'm making it. I don't think it's working.
So, I don't know where Temple is, but last I knew she was hunting for a girl. Someone named Tiana. I assume if she's not doing work for me anymore, she's out looking for her.
All right. So we're gonna pull up this portal thing. I don't think any of us have any other questions.
Yeah, we're supposed to go to Meraxi's tower and gain control of the portal. How do we do that?
I mean, I think we'll figure it out when we get there.
We'll figure it out. Can't be that hard. It's just a portal.
Alright, with you two, anything can happen.
I have a blunderbuss, and we have a Sebastian.
A blundergus.
That's what I said.
Well, if none of you have any questions for me, then you can go. And he raises his hand and bubbles
Counterspell.
form.
Wait, what?
Just kidding.
He just says it like Francis just said it. He didn't even...
And he raises his hand and bubbles form around you, and one by one the bubbles pop and you disappear from the godless realm and reappear just outside the mountain, just outside the mountain stronghold of Gaiden.
Can I, when we're bubble popping, Hesh would be like, "Oh, there's one more thing I have for you, Douche." He's gonna check his pockets, and then he's going to pull from one of his pockets his middle finger, and then pop and go.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
All right,
we did it.
And you guys appear, and then we'll just kind of, because this is wrapping up the campaign, or not the campaign, the season. We'll just kind of fast forward what you guys do at this point to get you all the way back to your boat. So you come here. You are able to find Sebastian and...
Hef.
No, it wasn't Hef. It was Sebastian and... What was
The bard's name was Lionel Richie, but it was...
Yeah, Lionel Richie.
Right, but it's Bitchy. It's
Lionel Bitchy.
Lionel
Yeah. Lionel Bitchy. He talked like this.
He did talk like Jackson.
So you find Lionel and Sebastian just at the inn outside of the Dwarven stronghold. They were held up. They've got their animals still that they've been taken care of, and they've just been living off the goods that you guys had there. Unfortunately, they started to run low on cash, so Sebastian had to sell his leather daddy suits, and
Lionel had to get a job on the night shift.
Beautiful, thank you.
Perfect.
And they're both relieved to see you. Sebastian comes to you, Ayda, and says, "Ma'am, are we to be leaving now?"
Yes, Sebastian, I think that's what we all need.
Very good, ma'am. And where is our next destination?
Where the hell's Meraxi Tower?
Near Cheddar. I
Where are
think.
we? Maps would be handy.
There
We have one of those,
maps
right?
available.
I can send you the map again. You guys are literally the worst.
Yeah. I don't look at maps. I can't read them.
Meraxi's Tower is where you guys were very first supposed to go, in the beginning of season 3. That's where Carl was taking you, and then he found out that Meraxi's Tower had fallen.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, so we'll be making our way back to Bardis to, shit. How do we... Yeah, we'll have to go around the Valkyrius Mountains.
Mount Valkyrius in Telioak, that's where you met.
We'd have to go around that mountain range to hit Meraxi's Tower, so, yeah. Assuming that's what's on the left-hand side of the map there.
Yeah, because we're definitely not going to go through a desert.
On a boat.
Disgusting. So we have to.
Maybe
Let's
we
drop
can get
anchor
the boat on the.
Sturmit, we're gonna drop anchor in Kos, and set up shop there. And you guys will hold down the fort while we make our way up the plateau into Meraxi's Tower.
Just real quick, it's not still Chag season in the Melbourne Straits, is it?
Nope, you guys came out of winter, and you're back into spring now.
Oh, perfect. Then this would go smoothly.
All of the jumping around between universes sped up the time in Euphrates, so you pretty much skipped a good chunk of winter, and the Battle of the Bards was in spring. It was the jump into the
spring
fest.
fling.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
So you guys collect Sebastian and Lionel. You make it back down to the boat in Bardis. You collect your boat with Sturmy and Spurks and the Debbies. Hef and Debbie were able to really put together an awesome still down in Pod 6. And they've got some people that are, selling booze. I mean, they're just rocking it. They've been able to load up the entire ship with a shipment that they can take to wherever they want to go.
In transit, Hesh would tell Sturmy and essentially tell Sturmy from the mech suit, pull back the faceplate and tell him, not actually Captain Murphy. Captain Murphy died in the explosions. Well, sort of. He died getting his head chopped off. But the Gnome Brigade killed your former captain. We are going to, from now on, captain this ship, all three of us. And I'm going to assume that you're going to do the smart thing, the profitable thing, and just keep following our lead. Because if not, and then just do the chainsaw hand noise from my hand.
Make an intimidation roll. That quickly switched from persuasion to intimidation.
Okay. All right. 17.
All right. So he's sufficiently afraid, and he'll follow your orders, at least for now. And, okay. So we are going to fade out Season 4 here. But before that, what do you guys have? Do you guys have anything to wrap up the season? Any things in your mind? Anything that's going on? Any conversations? Any thoughts?
Oh, Francis has achieved his goal. The destruction of Gagny.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So
what
are
are you going to do? Francis, what are you going to do with yourself now that Gagme is gone?
I don't know. I'll go with the flow for a while. It does worry me a bit, that stuff Douche was saying about him being the only savior and god or whatever. Sounds a little too oppressive for my liking. But we'll see. Maybe he'll be good at it.
Maybe he'll be good at being a tyrant. Don't you not want him to be?
He didn't use the word
Didn't
tyrant.
he offer you guys something you wanted?
No, he didn't.
Destruction of Gagny, but I did that myself, so...
He offered me what he thought I wanted. No, Douche has not had anything that I want. So, I was curious to you, Ayda. Why do you have such a hard on for this Douche? Why is he your
Are you kidding me?
bestie?
He's gorgeous.
What about Sebastian?
You gotta follow the beautiful people.
What about Sebastian?
Well, he's beautiful too, but he's also mine. Douche is his own character. It's good to have friends with benefits.
It's like this. I like bagels. Okay, I like bagels a lot. But when I go to the store and I'm shopping for breakfast food, sometimes I look at the Pop-Tarts.
Exactly.
But what if the Pop-Tarts are oppressing all the other pastries and foods?
Well, that's fine. I'm not buying them.
What's the difference between...
You can't taste the oppression. A bagel's a bagel.
You can't taste the oppression.
Oh my god, that's my favorite quote that you've ever said.
Thank you.
I don't see the difference between Douche and Gagme. I really don't. And as he
Look, all of my life I've been under one master or the other, and Douche seems to have an idea on how to stop the chaos in the world, and I, for one, would like to be free for once. So yes, I'm going to follow the almighty Douche.
Yeah, the difference for me is that Douche didn't meddle in my life and get me expelled and, well, destroy my future. Gagny did that. But, payback, so...
Alright, well, just so that you're aware of my intentions, I'm going to collect his head before too long.
You can try.
I will. So, just so that we're all
See,
on the same
I think this
page.
is where
I
there's
like
a disconnect,
honesty.
because Ayda and I require a reason to hate someone. You seem to require a reason not to want to kill them.
No.
which seems-
I have a perfectly good reason of why he needs to be put down, and it's because I oppose authoritarian oppression anywhere. So if you put it with Gag Me, I was all for it, and I followed suit. And you put it with Douche,
Well, who's
and
to
it's
say
the
he'll be
same
oppressive,
thing.
though? Who's to say he'll be oppressive?
You did. You just said he sounded a bit oppressive.
It's
That
got
bagel
me a
looking
little
like
worried,
a
but
Pop-Tart.
I also said, maybe he'll be good at it. Maybe he'll be all right.
All right. I am not convinced, and I don't go around trying
Okay,
to
so
kill
my
everybody.
rapier doesn't friggin' buzz with warning whenever I'm around Douche either. It does buzz a lot when I'm around you, so... you know.
If you'd like to remedy that, we may.
Oh no, you don't get my weapon. You have one of your own.
All right.
I like mine. Just see where it takes us.
Yeah. I just want you all to understand where I'm coming from so that no surprises are coming from my end. You know exactly where I stand.
We never know where you stand.
A little to the left.
You're a little nimbly bimbly.
And all of my personalities hate Douche. So I want to make that very clear.
Message received. Sebastian and I are gonna retire to our cabin. Make up for lost time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit on a desk somewhere.
And Murphy's robe.
Yes.
As essentially, Hesh's plan overall, like in transit, in the travels and stuff, would be to have Lionel Bitchy go before us, like any land-based place we're gonna go, any ports, any whatever, go before us, and like if able, a day or so before us, sing praises of us, hype us up and stuff, so that when we show up we get a good review. If that's not possible, that's fine, but like that's kind of his role. And then try and get as much as possible the ship, like profitable bounties, pay for their stuff, I guess, as best I can.
But in the meantime, while we're aboard ship, Lionel Bitchy and I are going to have jam sessions. All night long.
All night.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
A girl wakes up. Location unknown. Scene. A young girl wakes up in a completely dark room. She can see herself, but nothing else, including the source of the light that appears to be illuminating her body.
Hello?
Greetings.
Where am I? I cannot see anything.
What do you wish to see?
I'd like to see where I am and who I'm speaking to.
Does this meet your liking?
A lantern lights and the room is illuminated. The young girl is standing in the center of a room. A young man sits in an armchair.
Who are you?
I am a servant to a much higher power, the same as you. Now please, have a seat.
How did I get here?
The young girl asks as she takes a seat in the chair.
That's not important. The real question is, what will you do now that you are here?
It would help if I knew where here was, and if the person I was speaking to could manage to speak to me plainly and without riddles.
You are in the realm of the many-faced god. Some call this place purgatory, though I've always hated that title. This place is really what you make of it.
If it was what I make of it, then why are we in a boring old study and not near the ocean?
The room disappears as soon as the last word escapes the girl's lips. The two individuals, along with the easy chairs, now sit on a beach next to the wide open ocean.
Because you imagined us in a boring old study. But I do agree. This view is much better.
I've been here before.
In your travels. It is a beautiful scene.
But it's not real.
It is as real as any place you have ever been before.
Why am I here?
To enjoy your time. You have served our Lord well and faithfully, so he has rewarded you in turn.
Is it just me here?
By Death's beard, no. There are billions of people here.
Are my parents here?
Why, yes, they are. I will take you to them. But first, I must explain some things to you.
Okay, I'm listening.
The universe you know is bigger than you would ever begin to comprehend. In addition to that, the universe itself is part of a cluster of universes. Each cluster is a group of 13 realms that are connected to each other. They feed off each other and create the cycle.
What is the cycle?
Every living thing is a part of the cycle. In this cycle, an entity is born, they live, and then they die. Once they die, their soul does not simply disappear. Instead, they are reborn and given a new life. This new life is generally in one of the connected realms.
So I'm to be reborn here?
Not quite. In most cases, yes, but not this time. You see, the many-faced god is not the god of death because they kill people. I mean, their servants do have a really good knack for that. But they are actually called the god of death because they manage all aspects of death.
How do you mean?
The god of death has assassins that are the best of any realm because they follow his path. These are the most notable of his servants because of how many fear the assassins. But there are far fewer assassins than there are caretakers. Did you know that in any given generation there are hundreds of tiefling caretakers that seek out those who are about to die to comfort them in their passing?
I did not.
You see, the god of death covers all aspects of death. This leads me to another aspect he covers. What realm is someone reborn in? Almost all who perish will come here before moving on to the next life. They are given a specific amount of time to rest and connect with loved ones before they must continue towards a new beginning. After their time here is up, they will forget their previous life and start anew.
What if I don't want to move on? What if I want to go back?
I'm truly sorry, but there is no way to go back for you. Your vessel is no longer viable.
Okay, how long do I have?
That is actually why I have come. The many-faced god would like to know if you would be willing to forfeit the cycle and come into his employ. He has something he would like you to do, should you be willing.
Do I really have a choice?
Of course you do. The many-faced god does not force their will upon anyone. The choice is always yours.
Can I know what the task is?
Of course you can. And you will be pleased to know that some of what you must do will help your friends.
Malphaedor?
Yes.
I will do it. I will continue to serve the many-faced god. What must I do?
First, I think we should go see your parents. Come with me.